this is the entrance hall. To the left is the kitchen, and straight on to the right is our downstairs toilet. This was kind of the first room we immediately tackled. There was no flooring down, so the bar was showing all the spikes on the other side. It was just far too dangerous for the boys. We started potty training, so we have got this structure that seems to be permanently everywhere in the house. We were kindly gifted these accessories from Victoria Plum, so we got them straight up, which is kind of the rose gold copper. It's not great lighting. Let's see if I put the light on, see if it improves it. See, I think you can sort of see a little bit. We put this mirror up, hopping out of it. We put up these coat pegs. Again, hard to see, but just to get all the coats out of the way, we seem to have about 10 each. I picked up this in the range, which I want to pop up higher and get a nice photograph of the boys printed off. Again, as I've found my little coppery rose gold accessories around the house, I've just been popping them in here to try and spruce it up. This, on the reverse of this, is our storage cupboard outside, which has our power and meters and things like that. So I'm a little bit nervous as to how far into the wall we can go before we hit any important things. Then we had the storage boxes, which came from our old house that used to be in our bathroom. Because we have a wet room, which I'll show you later, they can't go on the floor, but they're just the Argos. I know Mrs. Hinch often shows them on her feed down by her toilet, so yes, they're the same Argos boxes we've had for many years. And then window to the side here, which I need to tidy up these. They should all be in this little basket. Yes, this came from my, oh, let it focus. This came from my old office, which again just had the copper bit, so I just picked it up. And yeah, this is our downstairs loo. Again, matte I picked up from the range just because it kind of followed the same colour pattern, and the boys continuously overflow this sink and it just drips all over the floor. I always end up with mucky fingerprints all around the bottom here. But yes, all in all, this one was kind of very quickly done. Oh, it didn't have a lampshade up, so we got a grey, light grey lampshade to kind of match the floor. Eventually we will be getting, let me turn that light off, we will be getting new doors downstairs, so I haven't bothered painting this door, but I want white throughout, sort of new handles. And this is our front door. Let it focus properly. I don't know if it will show that well on this camera, but the bottom bit of the door seems to have discoloured. We have tried UPVC Restorer and it hasn't worked. Well, it brought it up a little bit, but not enough to make me like it. Again, beautiful textured wallpaper, wood chip wallpaper throughout, so that all needs to be taken off. So yes, eventually we aim to have a porch put the other side of this, so this will then become an interior door, so we'll come further forward. I don't know actually if I show you from this angle, if I open it back up again. So this will then be boxed in, and then this is the cupboard that I talked about earlier, which is a huge storage cupboard, but it's locked, so I'm not going to go out and show you it. And then yeah, so this is our kind of front view. Just got our old telephone unit thing here with the monitor, which is when I'm doing jobs and I put them to bed, I can hear them from outside. And just for now, we've popped up our old photographs of our cute patooties. And yeah, then this is the kitchen. So this is the kitchen. This is one of our sort of least favourite things about the house when we came to view it, but it will be one of the last things, or the last room to be done in the house. So as you can see, the kitchen's cupboards and everything are the ones that were sort of here when it was built, basically in the 70s. The beautiful worktops and the chick patterned tiles. Again, we have glorious wood chip on the top, Artex, hideous light, We've come to have a lot less cupboard space than we had in our previous house, so we do tend to spill out everywhere, so there tends to be little piles of bits and pieces, which is a bit of a nightmare. The flooring is horrendous, mainly caused by a washing machine leak that we had a couple of years prior to us moving in, which caused a lot of sort of damage further down and rot. But we think we have got on top of everything. We've done an early repair on this half of the kitchen, just so we had a sturdy ground for the washing machine and tumble dryer, because obviously they rattle around a lot more. All in all, it was very clean, so not really anything I can really say about how the cleanliness of when we moved in. It just is very dated, so it has literally one power supply on this half of the kitchen, so to keep switching between the toaster, the kettle and the battery for the Hoover, and then on the other half of the kitchen there is literally one that is having to service both the microwave and the fridge. So we obviously brought our appliances with us and just slotted them in the gaps, so when we have hopefully got all the plans that we want done, this will eventually become my sort of laundry come utility room. We will then have a washing machine, then tumble dryer. Then I want kind of a type, maybe a butler sink or just a larger sink for sort of rinsing clothes and that kind of thing. It's kind of always been my dream. And then I'd like lots of storage for like lights and darks and those kind of things. And then on sort of this half of the kitchen where we'll be blocking up the serving hatch to the living room, I want floor to ceiling cupboards for shoes, coats, that kind of thing, and possibly a few extra cupboards either side depending on sort of budget and space and that kind of thing, because at the moment it does feel very enclosed, and we do have quite a lot of stuff about. I hate the carpet, so the carpets will be ripped up pretty much the whole way downstairs. I want to replace it with wood, but as I would like to knock out these cupboards, I'd like to take them all the way back to the brickwork, and Gavin doesn't agree yet. I just would like to make this a big huge entrance hall. Once we kind of make a decision on that, then we can kind of make a decision on the flooring, because that obviously would be extra space and I would hate to do part and then change our minds. So this is the living room. On moving in day, we straight away took off the door because it was a glass, non-safety glass, and with my boys there was no way we were going to risk that. The carpet is horrendous in here. We're going to replace this with laminate flooring when we get the chance. The back doors are very old-fashioned sliding doors, which we're going to get replacement UPVC versions of. But lots of decisions on what we wanted, but finally came to the conclusion that we will stay with the sliding to not have any risk of opening doors on the patio. And then this way we've got this serving hatch, which I absolutely loathe. One of the boys find it hilarious flapping the doors open, which is why I've taken off one already, because we couldn't stand it. The glorious wood chip wallpaper is in here as well, as the Artex ceiling, old-fashioned lamps that are far from energy efficient, which we will replace, which I've already actually bought, but just need to install them. It was their old curtains and curtain poles, which for the short term we've just kept up just because it gives us a little bit of warmth at bedtimes. We currently don't have our dining table set up yet, so we've got the boys' little table, which is where they have their meal times, and we are roughing it on the sofa. All their toys are currently being stored in here, which is all fun, but once we've got the upstairs sorted, the boys will hopefully store most of their toys in their bedroom, and bring down kind of what they need. And then under the stairs we have a storage cupboard, which I also fill with most of their toys, so they've got a lot of toys. Then as we go up the stairs, we will replace the carpet. So in the hallway, I'd like to just put wood flooring all the way through the downstairs of the house, except the kitchen. And then we'll eventually have new carpets on the stairs, but it's going to be the last area we do. We have a window here, which I've seemed to have managed to break the curtains since we've been in here. I don't like them anyway, so they're going to come down. So will the netted blinds. Then this is sort of the side of our house. So that's our garage, and then basically up until that tree there, that's our land. So we will be fencing all this in at the front, just so we're not so open. So we will be getting hopefully that done not so long. Then there's this sort of curved wall they've got, which we're going to knock down and straighten up to where the fence is further down. We removed the pond, so that pile there is just the rubble that came from the pond. Yeah. This is the side view. This is about as overlooked as we get, which I'll show you all the other rooms. So then through to the landing, we have the airing cupboard, which we've already started to sand down, ready for painting white. We've removed the handle, which we'll replace. Then this has kind of got all the boys' storage in at the moment, so we've got our loo rolls at the bottom, their nappies, and then we have our bedding in one of the pillowcase bags, and then we have sort of my OCD craziness, so then we've got towels, boys' blankets, boys' bedding, and this is too thick, so behind there will be beach towels, and then we have a box that is single size bedding, and then I've got sort of new pillowcases and things in their packaging, and they're also behind as new duvets, or for our summer ones and stuff, they'll be at the back like that. This will change, as at the moment we have a boiler at the back, and after a lot of headache and back and forth with plumbers and God knows what, it turns out that basically our boiler is just too small or the tank is too small for this size of house, so we need to get that replaced rather than adding on pumps and things like that to shower to make it actually feasible to work. So we are going for a new warm water, I think. I'm not that techie, but that is going in our loft, and this then will completely be empty, so this will be like a huge storage cupboard, which I'm really excited about, because then hopefully we've got somewhere that we can put our Hoover away and things like that, just for the short term, and then I can go crazy with my boxes, because I've got to find my label machine, and then I can label them all, and then it'll be complete heaven for me. And then I can go straight across the landing, and then this is our bathroom. Shower room, I should correct myself. So as shown on my Instagram numerous times, the old couple that moved out of this property unfortunately just had a wet room installed, so they had their bath moved, had this wet room installed, which is crazy impractical. So straight away, one of the first things we did was ripped off the seat off the wall, and it had sort of a surround, which you can see the little marks from, which we took off just because it was impossible to actually stand up and shower unless you wanted to sit on the seat, which doesn't do it for me. So the plan is new bath goes in here, so we need to chip off tiles, we need to take this box off, which was the support for the seat. We need to pull up this floor, which is slanted because the water obviously tries to go back into there, which doesn't work, hence the fact that we have a squeegee. We then, every time we shower or anything, have to pull the water back towards, so it doesn't end up completely on the landing, which is going to be another nightmare. Because of it being a wet room, all the storage that I had from my old bathroom can't be placed on this floor, so it's currently in the boys' bath, and they've got their bath toys, and we've got a box there. And then I've had to buy just small quick fix boxes for our windowsill, which is a blinking mess. I can't wait to get it all organised. And then we're going to have a new sink, and what we didn't realise before we moved in was this toilet is a higher based one, and as I am 5'1", I can't touch the floor while sitting on it, which is a nightmare. although it's perfect for Gav, being 6'3", perfect, but not for me. So tiles off, all this out. We'll have hopefully a nice new enclosed unit of the pair of them with storage underneath, so I can put everything away neat and tidy. And then this is the towel rail, again, just not practical for a family. So that's meant to have 2 towels on and 2 kid towels. We've had to take off the radiator as we had problems with our electrics. So the radiator was actually quite big for the size of the bathroom, so hopefully we're going to make it a smaller radiator and then a new proper ladder towel rail here. Once we'd already decided that we were going to take the tiles off, but until we took the radiator off last week, we hadn't actually realised that they, I don't know if it will focus, have actually just tiled over the top of nice green olive tiles, so we're going to have to take off 2 lots of tiles, which is going to be fun. But if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing properly. So yeah, so is that going to focus? Then we'll take down this, it's like a black outline, so we'll get that taken down, get a new suite. I'd like to probably go for sort of the marble effect tiles, I think, but I'm a little bit subject to changing my mind quite quickly. The extractor fan is there, and eventually, fingers crossed, when money comes into the situation, we'll go 2-story. So we think we might have to move that now in sort of hopes that in 10 years time or so we'll be able to afford to go that way and it won't be blocking the way, and we'll have to redo this room again. So we might move that to that side or completely get rid of it. As we have a window, I can't see why we would need it. And then yes, it's just a case of this power shower literally is the worst shower I've had in my entire life. I think I could probably spit stronger than the shower is. So when I wash my hair, getting the shampoo and conditioner out of my hair is a nightmare. So I have been using our family members' bathrooms just to cope for the meantime. And then because of the poor water pressure, even just filling the boys' tub that we then place here is a long-winded process, which is no real use to us. So it does need to be a priority room. And then this is the what will be soon our master bedroom. So this will be our new master bedroom. We've so far removed all the wood chip from the walls, which has taken us nearly 4 weeks. I've taken down the radiator because we were having all the walls skimmed with plaster, just because there was a few incidents, and we've got a few cracks along the top of the ceiling. We're also having the ceiling replastered to remove this glorious Artex. We are having new sockets put in, so at the moment we've only got 1 single there and 1 single there, so we will be having them made into doubles and having extras put on the opposite corners, and our bed will go on this wall, so we'll have one either side of the bed. And then this was the stack pipe, which was way overboarded, so we're going to try and reduce the size of that, rebox it in, and hopefully be able to fit in 2 bedside tables on this side. And then we have a built-in cupboard in the bedroom, which we're going to sand down and repaint white, and which we'll do with the main doors as well. And that is my new light that hopefully will go in as soon as the ceiling's replastered. Obviously we will replace all the carpets because they've got some fabulous stains on, and then it will be just dressing the window, and then along this wall we'll be having some built-in wardrobes, as at the moment we are living out of numerous suitcases, which is all fun. The skirtings will be coming off around the edge too. I'm just increasing the size of them because they're quite small and just really old. Yeah, this is the master. This is the room that we're currently sleeping in, but will be the boys' future bedroom. So they've got a built-in wardrobe, exactly the same as next door. It needs shelves and organisation big time, so at the moment they've just got their boxes, 2 rows of those at the top, the existing rail that was already here, so I'd like to put in another rail and a nice shelf at the bottom, and then sort of this box is a mishmash of their stuff and our stuff, so it just all needs to be organised. Once we get our built-in wardrobes, that will then obviously filter through. Doors to be painted white, handles to be replaced, door painted white. That is the colour that we've gone for. It's kitchen, I know, but it will be wipeable for the boys. That was our mentality. We've got it in clearance as well. It's kind of a mint, more blue, but minty colour, which we'll put in all walls. And then, so this will still be their back wall, which I'll show you what my kind of plans are. So we picked up these prints or canvases, or yeah, prints with a sort of framed print. This will go above Ollie's bed, and this one will go above Harry's. Harry is Harry blue, Ollie red. It's just their colours, so it works perfectly. And obviously we are Disney obsessed. And then we were also kind of gifted this, which is, it's not great in the reflection. I wonder if I go around the other side of the bed. Hold on a second. That's a bit better. So it is a the stars of the sky when the boys are born. So it says, the sky over St Albans on the 26th of August 2016. On this day, under these stars, Oliver and Harrison were born, the brightest stars of all, which I think is just perfect. So that will go in the centre of their beds, and then either side will pop those prints on. And of course they're in toddler beds at the moment, so the bed won't stick out quite as far as this one, which is a huge Ottoman king size, so it's huge. And then eventually they'll have bunk beds against that back wall, so then they'll have a lot more space to play. Along this wall I want to obviously take off all the wallpaper, which I have started there, and then I just want to fill it with Kallax IKEA storage to get rid of all their toys and they can have them in their bedroom. And then on this bit of wall here I'll probably have some kind of bookshelf, because they do have an incredible amount of books, so that's to be done. Artex to be removed, and the light shade to be replaced. Don't know if I said it already, but yeah, curtains down, blinds down. We'll have a backup blind put on there for the boys, so naps in the day and stuff is a lot easier. And we'll just get some blinds put up as well in the inner aperture as well. Yeah, I've just got stuff everywhere at the moment, so excuse the mess. But yeah, so we're slowly getting there. So the kind of the theme of this room will be sort of Disney, and we're ready from their old bedroom. I've got a few little bits and pieces that are kind of Mickey themed, so they've got blankets and cushions and things like that, so I think it will all kind of tie in together nicely and certainly give them a lot more space than they've got now. And then this is currently the boys' bedroom. The mess it is. They've just got up from their nap, so they've got one bed there, one bed sort of tucked behind the door. It's tight. Again, moving boxes still because they haven't really unpacked, and their iPad. They've got, again, old curtains which they'll come down, but this will eventually be our spare bedroom. So it'll be our tiny little box room, and we're going to have a nice single bed here. And at the moment they've just got all their stuff crammed onto this little shelf, hence why the nappies are in that cupboard